Late night.
Clemson Nation, we represent, all in.
We're just going to Clemson. LSU fan came to get stuck in my booty. Roll back, fuck you.
Roll, baby!
Oh, bitch. Are you that stupid?
Yes, I am.
I'm not going to sugarcoat things. It's a fucking shit show.
It's our shit show.
Exactly. Welcome into CSF Late Nights. I'm Rob Sanders here in Columbia, South Carolina. Down in the land of the bayou is my buddy, referring to himself as the Tiger King tonight. He is Joe Exotic's bastard cousin. Average Dave. We can go with that, right?
But I don't own a bedazzled shirt or a pair of jeans.
Oh, I bet there's something in that closet of yours that's bedazzled. You may not own a bedazzled shirt or a bedazzled pair of jeans, but you've got that bedazzled thong. I'd bet on that.
Oh,
I bet on that.
Banana hammock from my stripping days.
Damn right. Anyway, look, we are going to do a show this evening, and I'm going to be honest, I was tired, and I was like, fuck, I want to get out of this. And I got to be honest, I missed the Gnome. Shout out to the Gnome. Bring your ass back. I called the Gnome. Not that I don't like doing the show with Dave, but I just missed the Gnome. So I called the Gnome before we started, and I left him a nice, colorful voicemail message, complete with all kinds of things that when he gets up in the morning, if he's sleeping, that he has to listen to. What was it that I think I played? Oh, yeah, we played him this. Yeah. I literally was playing that shit for him. And yeah, that wasn't, good luck with that. Shout out to Mishi who made it in tonight. Mishi, of course, is a hardworking lady in the service industry, and she finally made it to a show this evening. Hello. Lots of things have happened. Recap from Rivalry Week. Here, let me give you the good share of it here, and then Dave, you can fill in, all right? Ohio State got throat punched. Haha, fuck them. Let's see here. Oklahoma State, they won against Oklahoma. Haha, fuck them. Lincoln Riley went to Southern Cal. Haha, fuck him. Brian Kelly went to LSU. Haha, fuck Notre Dame on that front because he fucking dicked them. And Clemson wins over South Carolina 30 to dick. And that's the term that I'm using from now on. 30 to dick. That's the way that it works. And we do have breaking news from this evening. You're not getting the defensive coordinator from Notre Dame to come down to LSU. Marcus Freeman has agreed to be the head coach at Notre Dame. Congratulations to him, he worked his way up, worked hard. Now he's going to take over for the Irish. So I was beginning to think when it first came out that he was going to that Brian Kelly was going to get both of his coordinators to come down to LSU. I was thinking, holy fucking shit. But it ended up working out where Marcus Freeman's going to stay at Notre Dame, and he's going to keep Tommy Rees the offensive coordinator. So there you go. Did I miss anything, Dave? Did I miss anything?
Did not.
There you go.
But man, I had such a good time watching those games. I even had a good time watching the Iron Bowl. And I could just imagine being an Auburn fan and watching them fuck up that bad to where they gave that game to Alabama. They should have won that game in regular time. There shouldn't have been an overtime.
Yeah. I love the Auburn people who were like, man, if we had Bo Nix, we would have won. Then the week before, they're like, fuck Bo Nix.
Right.
Fuck this guy. And it's man,
yeah.
make up your fucking mind, Auburn fans.
That's right.
Holy shit with all that. Yeah, it was a great game to watch if you're just a fan. Remember, an Alabama loss is a win for America. Yes. So there's that. I think that, in my opinion, I'll give you my opinion in a moment. Let's go out to the phones because we are a show of the people. Welcome into the program. Good evening.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, Dre?
What's going on? Hey, man.
Don't worry. I
That was me laughing at the Auburn fans. I really was laughing. You simple. I would have laughed the same way at the Alabama fans because fuck them too. But anyway, go ahead. What you got, man?
I gotta agree with something about I'm missing Nome too, man. We gotta get his ass, get him right, you know.
I left him a message with basically everything. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, get on the goddamn show. Who gives a shit?
He's ghosting us.
He's ghosting us.
I knew where it was. I go kidnap him.
He's in his fucking tree making cookies.
No nap.
Goddamn elf.
No nap.
He's in there making some damn pecan sands for Christmas, and maybe that's part of the problem.
Well,
look at my fat ass making references to cookies. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Yeah, you need to put the cookies down, dude.
Fuck off with all that. Your hair, you fucking. We draw a line down your head, it'll look like an ass. How's that for you?
Hey, that's fair. That's fair. I can't dispute that. No, I'm excited about the Brian Kelly thing. I was a little bit nervous about it at first. I'm like, I don't know about it, but the more I do some research, the more I'm like, you know what? I mean, we're getting a total opposite where we have a Coach O and Les Miles. Total opposite. We get an actual football coach, not a character, you know? And
Fuckstick's already messing with you. He says Napier to LSU, laugh my fucking ass off. Because he knows that you were choking on that Napier penis, and now you got Brian Kelly. But I think
I gagged hard too, dude.
Of course you do. I think Kelly is a better coach than Napier, and Kelly has a better record of recruiting and everything else. And if I were an Alabama fan, I'd be a little bit more concerned right now because the fake threats that you have in the SEC West. Hello, Texas A&M. The fucking wish list Texas team. Yeah, Jimbo. They finished 8-4, 4-4 in conference. They won one more conference game than the University of South Carolina. Okay, and they're paying that guy fucking a ton of money. So Alabama fans now have to deal with a coach who, in reality, doesn't give a fuck about Nick Saban. He respects Nick Saban, but when you watch his press conferences, he was doing the same thing with Dabo Swinney. He gave them credit, but his thing was, we have to do what we have to do here at Notre Dame. He's going to be the same way with Alabama. And he may not beat your ass next year, but down the line, he is going to be a formidable opponent in that SEC West. And anyone who thinks he's not is just fucking stupid. Just the way it is.
Here is the quote from Brian Kelly. I came down here because I wanted to be with the best. The resources here are outstanding. It starts with the alignment, excellence, and the standard of expectations. Listen, you looked at.
Hold on. I dropped out of my. I hit my phone. My button has dropped me out. Sorry about that, Dave. And I dropped Andre off too. So go ahead, finish your statement there, Andre.
So.
No, I think he's going to do really, really well. He's going to bring stability to the program, and I would like to see, now that we know that Freeman's not coming, I am not totally opposed to Durante Jones staying on because the last few games, LSU's defense looked better and better, and you got to remember, that's like second and third stringers he was playing with, So I wouldn't be mad if you decided to give him a shot, to be honest, Offensive coordinator, I heard some idiot joke about Dan Mullen. I'm like, no.
I heard something about maybe it could be and I'm not mocking, but Will Muschamp is a name that's been thrown out there too.
God, no.
I'm just saying he's a defensive coordinator that as long and Brian Kelly will have no problem telling him, stay the fuck away from my offense, you fucking cancer. But he can coach defense, and that's an absolute fact.
I would rather keep Durante Jones. He knows the players he's got. He took some good steps forward. I would like to roll with him and see what happens. But hey, Brian Kelly, he's not an idiot. He's been doing this for a long time. He's successful. So whatever Brian Kelly says, we're gonna roll with it. But anyways, another thing I want to address F-Stick personally. I know he's listening. I know he's watching. He's commenting. I will be live on Facebook after the SEC championship game, no matter the results. If Alabama loses, I don't want him to chicken out because we all know he don't like saying he's wrong. He don't like admitting he's wrong. I will be live, and I will be expecting you, F-Stick, to be there. Don't chicken out. Hey, if Bama wins, I'll still be on. Whatever. You can mock me. I don't care. But don't puss out if Bama loses. Straight up.
Okay. Thank you for playing.
You know,
I don't know where to
he's
go
been
from that.
voted-
Look, this game is
he's been running
huge
his
for
mouth.
Fuckstick because all he knows is Nick Saban. That's pretty much all he knows.
Yes.
And if Kirk, look, I've got to be completely honest with you. I don't have a dog in the fight, but I despise Georgia fans. Fuck them, fuck their mothers, fuck them forever. So I would like Alabama to curb stomp them, and then they don't make the playoff. That would make me happier than a pig in piss.
No, they would still make the playoff, and you.
Nope. I don't want them making the playoff because no, I don't think so. If Bama beats them by 20, let me finish, sir. If Bama beats them by 20, Michigan wins, Cincinnati wins, Oklahoma State wins. Who are you going to tell to stay home?
I promise you, they're not going to leave Georgia out.
I'm just asking you. Who would you tell?
It doesn't matter.
Just
because Georgia's going to win.
Can you answer the question, sir? If that happens, who do you tell to stay home? That's a very fair question.
I hate to say this. You're going to get mad. Cincinnati. They have one ranked win. One.
But right now, Georgia only has one ranked.
Georgia has one ranked win, sir. Georgia has one ranked win, sir.
Power 5 conference, though.
Get the fuck out of here with that nonsense. Georgia has one win against ranked teams. One.
Okay, but it won't matter. Georgia's going to be Alabama anyways.
And Cincinnati's best win right now is.
Man, you have got to stop sucking that SEC dick, Andre. It's putting a dimple on your chin.
Let me explain why I think Georgia's going to win.
Sure.
First of all, Florida. They struggled against Florida. At the time, people said, "Oh wow, Florida, they must be pretty damn good." And you see what happened. Then they lost to A&M. Then they struggled against second and third stringers against LSU. Then they struggled against Auburn. You can't sit there and tell me, "Oh yeah, they struggled against all those teams," but they're going to sit there and put it on Georgia like F-Stick thinks.
Okay, and I
really?
Look, and you're putting a very valid point out there. But what I'm saying to you is that the playoff committee has set it up with the standings that they've put out there that you're going to tell Cincinnati if they win their conference and they're undefeated, hey, you've been number 4, but we're going to put you out just because we have to put Georgia in there. Teams that lose fall out of the rankings, especially if you lose late. They don't belong. If they lose by 20 points, they don't belong there. I don't give a fuck. They do not belong there, period. Dude, this isn't 2003, man. This is 2021.
I understand that. To me, I'm sorry. If Cincinnati gets in, they're going to get smoked by somebody.
I understand that too. Completely understand that.
Case, let them in. Because we can put this argument to bed that, these group of 5 teams going defeated deserve to be in the playoff. You know what? Screw it. You know what? If Georgia loses, put Bama in. Let Bama smoke them. Let Ohio State smoke them. Let somebody smoke them. Let Michigan smoke them. I don't care. If that's the case, fine. Then we can put that to bed. And it'll either A, make it where they have no.
Yeah. Look,
wonderful.
I'm with you on that, but when I look at the schedule here for Oklahoma State, they had the first 3 games were close. Then they beat Kansas State. They beat Baylor by 10, Texas by 8. Their one loss was at Iowa State by a field goal. And after that, it's been lights fucking out. They have played some really, really good football. So there's that.
Here's my argument. Here's my argument for not letting Georgia in the CFP if Bama beats them convincingly. Georgia has one win over one top 25 team.
I think Kentucky made their way into the top 25 now, so they may have 2. But
okay, so they may have 2. But Cincinnati, they're undefeated, and their best win is against the number 6 ranked Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Yeah, that's
I
people don't
understand.
like to hear that.
But there's also other games that like against Tulane and who was the other one they struggled against? Teams they had no
They
business
struggled against Navy
fighting shit
too.
against. There
They
was
struggled against
dude, there
Navy
was
too.
one game.
Look, when you lose by, I'm
Which
just
game
saying,
was
when
it that
you
they
lose
won
by
on the last
20
second?
and you don't win your conference title, you don't belong in a fucking CFP. I don't give
That's
a shit.
great. Okay, fine. I agree with you now. Let them in.
Okay.
Let them get their ass beat. Cool.
That's
And
you
you know
got
what? You
you,
put that shit to bed.
Andre.
I agree.
Andre, we're friends,
I agree
brother.
with
But
you.
then you gotta.
I agree.
You can't do
I
all
agree.
that.
Let them in. Let them get
Look,
smoked.
I'd rather have Notre Dame in the playoffs.
But
Serious.
so wait. By that logic,
Why not?
Andre, we should never let Oklahoma in because they've gotten waxed the last 3 times they've been in, and they're a power. Yeah.
I agree. I change my opinion. Let Cincinnati in. Let them get beat. Let them get smoked. And then
Look,
But now you're just being facetious.
Thing again.
Now you're just
now
being
you're just being like, now you're
disingenuous.
just being like, well, fuck you, y'all. They'll go in and we'll just see if they'll get fucking stank.
No. You've turned my thought. I agree with you, and I want them to get in, and I want them to see that when you struggle against Tulane and you go against the big boys, and you think you can play with the big boys, you got to play better than that. I'd say screw it, let them in. I agree.
Yeah,
Screw Georgia. Fuck Georgia. But you know what? It won't matter.
Fuck Georgia,
Georgia can take care of business.
Well, the other thing that I'm hoping too is. Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What
I
happens if
apologize.
all chaos happens? Let's say
That's
Baylor
what I said.
upsets Oklahoma State.
Sure.
Let's say Houston were to upset Cincinnati. Let's say Georgia beats Alabama.
Then
say
Notre Dame's in the playoffs.
Ohio State gets upset. No, I'm sorry, Michigan gets upset. Then who do you put in? That's total chaos.
Well, that under the chaos theory, Michigan's playing who? Who are they playing? They're playing Iowa.
Was it Iowa?
Yeah, they're playing Iowa. Let's say Iowa wins. Then you've got Iowa in. They're a 2-loss champion from the Big Ten. You got Baylor with 2 losses as a 2-loss champion from the Big 12. Oregon's, if they win, they've got 2 losses. They're a champion from the Pac-12. Then where do you go from there? You got to think of it from this perspective. If all that happens and Cincinnati loses and Georgia wins, they'll be number 1. I bet Notre Dame jumps into number 2. The numbers would say that they have to. They have to go if all of that happens.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean,
which 2-loss
3.
teams
Well,
put in?
well, a lot of it depends on how bad Georgia beats Alabama. If that happens, if there's upsets across the board, then I think that if it's close with Alabama, I think Georgia's in. But see, here's the other thing too. The CFP committee, they're not going to want a rematch of the SEC championship game in the semifinal. They're going to put whoever wins there at 1, and then the other will be 3. They won't do that. Now, they'll do that. They'd rather have that than the 2 teams playing each other. But maybe Baylor's in the mix. I don't know. But I think that Notre Dame, since they're not playing, they can move up. And I think that if Georgia wins, they would be number 1 and 2. After that, I don't know about 3 and 4. I really don't. I'd have to look at the actual rankings here to see. Let me look at it here. Hold on.
I think Cincinnati loses. They're done. They're straight up done.
Oh yeah. If Cincinnati loses, they're fucking.
They are done. Of course they are.
Yeah, they're done.
But if they're undefeated, they own a loss over a team that
if
a couple other team loses.
Well, here's the thing though. Michigan is playing Iowa, who's number 13. If they lose, Ohio State's at 7. If everybody loses ahead of them, I think Georgia goes in if they win, and then I think that Notre Dame would be number 2. Number 3 would probably be. Wow, that's interesting because just the way that the rankings are set up here. I mean, you could make an argument if it's blowout city. I mean, could you put Ohio State in the mix? Could you put Baylor in the mix? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of questions that are out there. But me personally, I say fuck Georgia. What I'd like to happen is that either they get their dicks kicked in by Alabama and they don't go to the playoff at all, or we can let them have hope. And they go into the playoff and they're like, man, we draw Cincinnati, and then Cincinnati mops the fucking floor with them because fuck Georgia fans forever. forever
Yeah,
and
it's
ever.
not
They can die in a fire. I said that. I don't care.
Jeez.
Fuck those
If
fans.
all these teams
You'd rather
lose,
pull for Alabama than
except for
Georgia?
Georgia.
I'm not pulling for Alabama either. I want Alabama to lose too. So, I if my team's not in it, like I probably I'm so frustrated with Clemson. But if my team's not in it, it's really hard for me to watch the CFP playoffs. I got to get hammered to watch them, to be honest. So I would probably root for anyone that's not from the SEC or the Big Ten. So give me Cincinnati and Oklahoma State. There you go. The rest of them can go fuck monkeys.
I'd love to see Oklahoma State in there. That'd be awesome for Mike Gundy. He's been doing
Yeah,
it for
he's got a
time.
mullet. That's pretty cool.
I remember that whole "I'm a man" tirade.
I'm a man.
14 years ago. He's 54 now. So yeah, he's been there a
Yeah,
while.
that's crazy, man. It makes you feel old. But I would love to see Bama lose and then
Yeah.
every other game get upset and just see the
Yeah.
chaos the playoff committee goes into. Because then you can have a
I could
bunch
see
of
it
them
too.
2-loss teams, and then man, that'd be good entertainment watching of the
Oh well, Sunday is going to be the
rankings
best,
stuff.
and like
Right.
but I'm hoping that I want the best four. If we're not going to have the best four, then I just say fuck it and let's just fucking fuck everyone but us. Yay,
Yeah.
fuck everyone but us.
That's the problem
So-
with the playoff committee. You know, it's their opinions on things. You know, I mean, it's just I don't know.
So this is my first weekend in 7 years that I am not traveling to Charlotte for the ACC championship game. First weekend in 7
not covering it?
years. I'm not going to go cover Pitt and Wake because my listeners could give two fucks. There's going to be about 12,000 people in the stands. Me going up there, I'd be the highest rated reporter there. Fuck that. I'm not doing it. I'm serious. No one gives a
for
fuck.
that game.
I like the Pitt defense is trash. They gave up 70 points to a directional school from Michigan. So give me Wake Forest to run all over them.
How many losses did Wake have?
Wake's got 2. They lost to Wake Forest has. Yeah, they've got 2 losses. They lost to North Carolina and Clemson.
Okay, so what are they ranked?
They're ranked 16th. They have no shot.
Is there? I guess no shot. Yeah. Okay.
They've got no shot.
I would just love to see chaos.
I mean, chaos is great, but remember, an Alabama loss is a win for America. Only communists like Alabama.
Absolutely.
People that don't like America like Alabama. We know that. Also, the Georgia is part of the Taliban. I firmly believe that.
Yes.
And they should lose too.
And they're a bunch of rapists.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Georgia's full of racists. God damn it, Andre.
All right,
That's some
guys,
funny
we're doing
shit.
a phone.
I mean,
Roll
it's
Tide
common
off the
knowledge
stage.
that Georgia's the birthplace of the KKK.
I honestly don't know where the KKK started, so I wish I could tell you, but I don't know.
That is what Google is for, sir.
Oh, do you have that under your Google there?
I'm gonna Google it now.
Google it now. I venture to say that the KKK was probably started in Illinois. I would bet that. As Dave is looking things up there.
Pulaski, Tennessee.
Oh, Tennessee. Tennessee. Really?
Pulaski, Tennessee.
Tennessee.
You fucking redneck, cousin fucking, chicken fucking, hillbilly, goddamn East Tennessee outlaw mud show piece of shit.
I knew there was a reason I hated that shit.
Tennessee. Fuck them too.
Fuck their Ku Klux Klan.
I'm really upset that my team's not playing for a championship, so I'm just fuck everybody but us. It's fucking insane.
So,
by the way, shout out to the ACC network. I'm wearing my ACC network hat, as you can see there. They're finally fully distributed after fucking 2 years. Now you can get the ACC network everywhere. You know, it just took them fucking 2 years to do it. We had to get rid of damn Swafford up there to finally get where we can actually get the network where it's supposed to be. That fucker in his last 2 years as the commissioner really dicked the conference over. he had the opportunity to basically tell ESPN and all them, look, fix it, figure it out. Don't have us on damn, just direct TV for fucking ever. No, we got to expand our brand. And he could have forced Notre Dame to play, to put themselves in the ACC as a football member, but he just played with his dick for a little while and let the Irish come in and treat the conference like a whore and then leave. So fuck John Swafford. Make sure that's out there too. 803-470-2905. Let's go to the phones. Welcome into the program. Good evening.
How's it going, fellas?
Mr. Monk.
So I would like to start off with Georgia actually has 3 ranked wins. Just to correct you, Rob.
Well, who are the 3 ranked wins against?
Clemson, Kentucky, and Arkansas.
Arkansas is ranked?
Yes, they are.
Well, they shouldn't be. They're not ranked. They're not ranked in the Rob poll. They're a fucking shithole. So there you go.
Hey,
they got 2 wins.
This is the first time I've ever been able to be right.
Yeah.
About statistics with you, so I'm just going to take it.
Look, hey, and if I'm wrong about something, I'll admit it. And I didn't realize Arkansas was ranked, so therefore you win, sir. You get a giant box of absolutely nothing. Congratulations.
That's funny.
Hey,
so
I'll take it. Nothing. It's fine with me.
Georgia's 3 ranked wins are against 20th ranked Clemson, 22nd ranked Arkansas, and 23rd ranked Kentucky.
Hey, they're still ranked, right?
They're ranked.
In reality, though, it doesn't matter until the end of the season. We'll see how Georgia's scheduled. They may end up with more. Obviously, they most likely were favored to get one this weekend over a ranked team, so that's good. That's there. Right. And then if they win 2 games in the CFP, they'll have 2 more. So there's that. Hey, here's a stat. Here's a stat for you, sir.
Alabama, so.
Here's a stat for you, sir, that not a lot of people know. 1/6 of Clemson's schedule was against SEC programs. That 1/6 of Clemson's schedule did not get an offensive touchdown against Clemson.
Georgia and South Carolina.
Nice. Well, who else did they play besides Georgia?
South Carolina. Yep. Georgia did not score an offensive touchdown. South Carolina did not score a fucking point. They lost 30 to Dick. Yeah, that's great. Fuck them.
Well, at least y'all won, right?
I mean, it's South Carolina's a fucking warm-up game. They shouldn't even be in the SEC. They really shouldn't. They should not be in the SEC at all. They're a fucking shithole program.
They should swap places with
like Vandy, but they're never SEC's
no,
never
Vandy brings fucking Vandy's got a great baseball program, and they bring some academic stuff to the SEC. So they bring something actually to the conference. South Carolina brings nothing. Absolutely not. If it wasn't for Don Staley, they would be like Kansas. Like Kansas is a good basketball program. I mean, insert shit team here. Just fucking, they're the worst team, the worst school in the conference.
We can't say Mississippi State anymore because they finally won a championship in baseball.
Yeah. Charlie says LSU begs Saban to come back, but settle with a leprechaun. You know what? We need Edwin. We need to be screenshotting these comments because this motherfucker here is going to have issues because I'm gonna say it on the program right now. Brian Kelly is going to be at LSU longer than Nick Saban is going to be at Alabama. Nick Saban will leave that school before Brian Kelly leaves LSU. Write that shit down. Take a picture.
Now, do you think Nick Saban retires at Alabama?
Well, I mean, he's 70 fucking something years old, but I think Brian Kelly will be at LSU longer than Nick Saban stays at Alabama. Right, that down.
I don't
beating the shit out of him.
Yeah. Anyways. I mean, he's too fucking old.
He's fucking old. Fuck. So there's that. Edwin with the great comment. South Carolina allows Clemson to talk shit to the SEC. You know what? Clemson's had wins over other SEC programs too. Clemson went into College Station and won there. Clemson won at Auburn. I mean, in the past 5 years, that's happened. So, Clemson had issues with Georgia this year, but they were in that game.
Yeah, they went over LSU in a bowl game, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, but that was a long time ago. They also got
Was
LSU.
it a long time ago?
LSU kind of dicked them too. So there's
Did
that. I think it was in 2014. I think Clemson won against them.
I just love how extra diluted Fuckstick is tonight.
He's fucking hammered somewhere. He's probably sitting outside his apartment with a bottle, fucking staring
Well,
at
he's
the
going to be
bottom of
needing
it.
a lot more bottles after he loses all that money this weekend.
How much money does he bet?
I don't know. He bet me $100, and supposedly he bet two other people $100. So I don't know.
Well,
how much
can
more
you
you bet after
imagine?
that.
Can you imagine if Alabama pulls this off? How insufferable he is going to be. And look, I'm gonna tell you what ahead of time here. Let's say that Alabama beats Georgia this weekend, and Alabama draws as the 1 seed, and they end up playing a 3 seed, and they lose in the semifinals. I'm just saying, putting that out there. And Georgia ends up winning the national title. Fuckstick will come in there, and the first words out of his mouth will be, "Oh, you won a national title, but you couldn't win your conference there, could you?" That's the first thing that he would say. "Oh, well, you're not really the national champion. You couldn't even win your fucking conference." I could hear him saying that. I kind of figured out how Fuckstick likes to think. That's exactly what he would say. Couldn't win your conference.
Well, hasn't Alabama gotten in without winning their conference?
They have.
Yep. The only
haven't they won a national championship by not winning their conference?
Yeah, but you have to understand the Alabama mind.
They're
49th in the country in schools as far as the ratings for schools, just ahead of Mississippi. So I say Mississippi because if I say Mississippi, they'll get confused. Too many letters.
I mean, they learned how to spell that shit in elementary.
The problem with most Bama fans
Edwin gets it. He knows I'm right. We'll highlight Edwin's comment there. Sure, that comment. Yeah, he'll claim the natty.
The problem with Alabama fans is they live in a haze.
How to spell Mississippi on the phone without Googling it, of course.
And that's not going to work.
So
all Fuckstick will say is, listen to me, Saban, listen to me, Saban, listen to me, and I'll be like, oh God, let me die. Let me die.
Hey, he has been better though. You haven't given him the walking music in quite a while.
So, he would get it tonight.
I kind of felt bad. I don't want to hear his shit. I mean, we know Alabama's going to beat Georgia. We know. Oh my God.
The problem with Fuckstick and most Bama fans is they live in this haze of incest, methamphetamines, and booze, and they lose their ability to see clearly and think clearly. Georgia is going to beat the dog shit out of them on Saturday. Alabama doesn't have an offensive and defensive line capable of winning them that game. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you saw what happened with Auburn. I mean, Auburn literally let them win that game. So,
but Georgia's not going to make those mistakes.
No. I mean, look, shit, Rob, do you know what Auburn's defense is ranked nationally?
No, I don't, brother. I wish I did, but I don't. I can look it up. Auburn's it's not very high, I don't think. Are we going total defense?
Top 50 and I could not find it.
They struggled to beat Auburn. They struggled to beat LSU. They lost to the Aggies. The team that LSU just beat, and LSU is terrible. I mean, I don't know what Alabama fans are hanging their hats on this year. Oh, we find ways to win. Whatever. That's a cute story.
We're looking for Auburn. You said Auburn. Yeah, they're not in the top 25. I'm looking.
I couldn't even find them.
Alabama has found ways to win against crappy teams. They haven't found a way to beat a good team.
Auburn is number 56. Auburn is 56.
That's why I couldn't find them in top 50 then.
In total defense.
See, my thing is if Alabama's offensive line had that much trouble with Auburn's defense, I mean, imagine what's going to happen with Georgia's number 1 ranked defense. It's going to be a massacre. It's going to be hilarious.
Auburn didn't let Bama win. Did you see the game? Auburn had a quarterback that couldn't walk and almost won. What game were you watching? TJ Finley almost beat you with one leg.
I think if Bo Nix was there, it would have been way worse. But, like you were saying, Auburn fans were saying fuck Bo Nix a week later or a week before, and then they were like, "Oh, if we had Bo Nix, we would have beat you." But I think if they had Bo Nix, they would have won.
Well, Fuckstick, if you were paying attention, you would have heard that Georgia beat the 20th, 22nd, and 23rd ranked teams in the CFP poll.
Oh shit! What's Fuckstick saying? I can't see the YouTube shit.
Yes, who has Georgia beaten? 3 ranked teams.
Well, he doesn't ever pay attention.
No, all he watches is Alabama. He doesn't know anything about any of these other teams. This simpleton, he was betting me last year on fucking Alabama basketball. He really was. Motherfucker was betting me on Alabama basketball. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, he already bet. He bet Andre already. He said that Alabama would not lose to LSU at all.
I want to put a moratorium on bets with Fuckstick. That's not good. Just he needs to pay off Edwin first. Nobody else gets to bet with him after that. I mean, you've got your bet with him, but nobody else should bet with Fuckstick. It's not fun. I mean, it's like we're kicking a one-armed man here with no legs and no penis. Anytime he makes a bet, that's how it is. Because it's like has he won a bet? I don't think he's won a bet in the history of this program. He hasn't won one fucking bet.
Well, now you're making me feel bad about betting him $100. I'm gonna have
no. He made it with you. I'm just saying after that. I'm just saying.
Oh, I don't give a fuck. I'm still gonna get my money, but I mean, I'll still feel a little bit bad about it.
Well, what you should do is get the money, and then come on live with us next week, and then burn the money live. Set it up. Here's what I did with your money, Fuckstick. Just set that shit on fire. That's what I would do.
Let me find a prop $100 bill.
No.
I don't know about y'all, but I can't be burning $100 bills over here.
Well, I got you, but I'm just saying I would take $20 and I would send it to the Georgia football program. Here you go, in honor of Chucky Fuckstick. Just $20 to send to the program. That's I do some shit. Edwin would do that. Edwin should have bet him some money, and I think Edwin would have burned the $100. I think he would have. So I don't know.
Edwin would have well over $1,000 from Fuckstick by now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Edwin would be rich.
Yeah.
I'll be rich when Shiba Inu takes off.
Yeah.
You didn't get on Doge?
I played around with Doge for a while, but Doge kind of flatlined, so it's not worth playing with. Whereas Shiba Inu is still super volatile.
You gotta have some volatility.
I got in with Doge whenever it was like super low, and then I got out.
Rob did really well with Doge.
I did, yeah. I did. Yeah. I got. What was it? I mean, I got in when it was
at like 3.5 cents.
Yeah, 3.5 cents. I bought a shit ton of it. Of Doge. Like I got in really, really early. And then when it got up to what was the high, like 78 cents? I should have fucking sold all of it then. It's what is it sitting at now? Does anybody know? I don't even know.
22 cents, 21 cents, something like that.
Is it sitting at 21 cents? Shit,
yeah.
I stopped looking. Hold on. No, wait a minute.
I still have alerts from the app that I was buying it on. So I still see it on my phone.
Damn, 20 cents. Fuck me, man.
But you sold way higher than that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I kept some of it, but I did sell a good bit of it. I made enough money to, Yeah. Yeah. I made some cash. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
I invested in other things though. So there's that. All right.
I wish I would have hopped on the fucking GameStop shit whenever it was Whenever
No,
that
I
shit
mean,
was happening and whatever else.
lots of us missed that boat, unfortunately.
You know what we're gonna do? You know what we should do there, Dave? If we're gonna continue to do this show, you and I should put like $10 a month into one thing for each show. I'm just saying, not just for a month. We'll just take $10 a piece and see if, and then we'll just play with it like it's fucking, I don't know, some kind of fucking thing. I think it'd be funny. I don't know, something to amuse us when our fucking teams aren't playing in conference championships because fuck Pitt and fucking Wake.
Right now, most of the brokerages and money things that you're looking at, like your market watches, are all saying that you should still invest in Shiba Inu.
I gotta get some of that.
Oh,
All right,
dude.
there runs out of uterus. Or you got anything else you want to add to the show?
No, I gotta take my old ass to bed. I got work in the morning.
Wait.
Congratulations on the new job. Yeah.
Before you go,
yeah,
before you go, Brandon.
Before you go, hold on.
Shit that can kill me.
Yeah, that's fine. Before you go, what do you got, Dave?
Before you go, Brandon, you're a Texas fan, so I would like you to take 10 seconds to laugh at Sooner fans for losing their coach to USC.
Oh, I got it for you. Hold on.
Oh, they're fucking retarded. Oh man. Fucking Riley. Well,
fuck him too.
The best part about Sooner fans is that before he accepted the job, they were all like, "No, he's loyal. It's not about the money."
Yeah.
And then as soon as he took the job, fucking traitor. It was amazing.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit, and so is the program. So I hope they fucking die. There's that.
Thanks for calling the show. I like that. I hope they fucking die. What a way to end the call there. Good night, brother.
Good night, B.
God damn, that's how you end a call right there. I hope they fucking die. I like it. By the way, I'm not judging people. If you choose to be gay, that's fine. But I think Lincoln Riley is confused. I think he sucked about 700 dicks, and he just doesn't know if he's gay or not.
He's gonna fit right in.
I almost choked right there.
California. Okay.
If you want to go and do all that, that's fine. I'm just saying. Just be who you are there, Lincoln Riley. I bet he sucked probably 700 dicks and just doesn't know.
Own your truth.
Exactly. Misha, what do you have for the program this evening? Misha, I love you, but goddamn it, if you're just gonna tell me fucking Alabama's gonna win, I goddamn.
No. I have a few rebuttals for the naysayers about Alabama. Sorry if it sounds like I'm freaking in a dungeon because it really sounds like it, but
why are you in a dungeon? What's with that? Why? Hold on. Why does it sound like you're in the hole and someone is up above you saying, "Put the lotion in the basket." Put the lotion on the skin, or else it gets the hose again. Is that what's happening to you in that hole?
The apartment's like downstairs. So like, let me show you. You see?
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah. So we have, and since we have like no furniture or like rugs, like it's really loud and echoey.
So are you just sitting around on like a fucking like a lawn chair, and your coffee table is one of those spools? Is that where you're at? Yeah.
No. I got coffee. It's kind of a mess. I got coffee tables now. Some of my Talladega people got me some coffee tables.
We're not mocking your home. I just do that. I honestly thought that you weren't. I thought it was just funny. Now I feel bad.
No, it's all good.
He makes a joke and it turns out to be true, and now he feels like a dick.
It's called a rebuild.
You
know, like Alabama is a rebuild.
No, their offensive and defensive lines are rebuilds. That's
okay,
so to win.
Let me.
I say that right.
Hold on.
I just want to stop. Just stop the camera so nobody can see me. Just like, oh, damn it.
So Alabama had 18 first downs. Auburn only had 11. Alabama also had almost 400 yards rushing. Auburn didn't even have 200. yeah, they might not have been scoring, but the defense was stopping Auburn. And in my opinion, it was like, hey, we're gonna go out here and play with them, and then
Auburn.
when it comes to time to score, we're gonna score at the last minute. And there's a lot of Alabama fans who are being disrespectful. Look, I understand y'all don't like Alabama, but
It's not that I don't like Alabama. I don't have a problem with Alabama. I just have a problem with unrealistic expectations. If you're watching Alabama play this season, you don't have a
they're not the team.
chance in hell at winning this game.
They're not the team that everybody expects Alabama to be this year. They're not, because we do have a lot of young. We have a lot of young players, and a lot of people need to understand that. And
remember in 2019 when LSU beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa, and every Alabama fan said, well, the only reason why that happened was because Tua Tagovailoa was injured. Well, guess what? The only reason why Alabama won that game is because TJ Finley was injured.
Yeah, I didn't say that as an Alabama fan. Alabama lost. They were the.
Consider that when Alabama played Florida, their rushing total for the entire game was 6 yards. 6.
Look, I'm agreeing with y'all. Alabama is a dumpster fire this year. We are not the team that we should be, but we still are winning our games. That's what matters. Whether we're winning by 1 point or
shit teams. LSU sucks.
Really? Because Georgia's got 3 top 25 wins. It doesn't matter, though. We're still winning. We're still winning. We're not losing those games at the last minute. Alabama is showing that they are growing as a team and being able to finish a game a full 60 minutes. That's what Bama's doing. And next year, guess what? We might go out there and get our ass kicked on Saturday, but in my heart, I don't think that Georgia is gonna beat us. But if they do, I'll give Kirby his fucking props, because I actually am a huge fan of Kirby Smart.
The line on the game was Georgia 4.5. I'm going to tell you right now, Georgia wins that game by 14 points.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of points scored in that game.
That's what when somebody says something silly, I'm going to turn off my camera, and this is what you have to look at. There you go. Can't spell cocksucker without SCU. There you go.
I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Honestly.
I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game either. I think Georgia wins 14-0.
I don't even think there's going to be 14 points between the two teams.
God,
Alabama's defense is finding its footing, and Alabama's defense is going to fucking step up. I think, look, how I watched that last maybe 30 minutes of that game against Auburn, it made me feel like Alabama was just playing some stupid fucking game, like trying to, which I know they weren't. This is just how I feel. Like, they're like, okay, you fans want to complain about us not winning by 50 points here. We're going to take it down to the wire, and we're going to win with an overtime. I know that's not how they were thinking. Alabama was struggling like a mofo. Like, there was a lot of issues. There is a lot of issues. But I don't know. I think Alabama is a lot better than they can be, and I'm so hoping that we get a new offensive coordinator. You were crying on the floor. Oh, yeah. I was crying on the floor. So can tell you that.
It's not really Bill O'Brien's fault this year. He didn't have an offensive line.
No, it doesn't matter. That motherfucker sucks. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, Rob.
We don't have an offensive line. The team but they don't.
He can go on about his business. He can take the head coaching job at Virginia Tech. I will be very happy when he's out.
They hired somebody else at Virginia Tech. I
was praying that he got that job. But Alabama is definitely dumpster fire this year, but we're still a lot better than all these a lot of other teams.
So I will give them props. They're 11-1, but they're gonna be 11-2.
And I do think it's a joke that Bryce Young
Their
is up
best,
for the
their
Heisman.
best win on the season was probably the Ole Miss game. Looking
Oh,
back,
that was a good game.
that was their best win of the season. Was probably the Ole Miss game. So
That's
there's
probably
that.
their best game of the season because
That's what I'm saying, their best.
the other time you watched Bama play, you were like, unless they were
No,
playing like,
no.
unless they were playing somebody like, fucking North Alabama, which who gives a shit?
But I'm, honestly though, I'm glad that a lot of these games have been a lot closer than in the previous years because it gets boring watching them just blow out everybody and win.
No bullshit. If LSU
Hold
won
on,
every game
hold
by
on, hold on
50
just a
points
second.
for
First
the
of
next
all,
10 years, I would be having the best Saturdays of my life for the next 10
Oh
years.
no, I'm not saying I don't agree. Like I love it, but it does get old.
look. First of all, two things.
I like
One,
a good football game.
look at Andre's picture here, looking like a goddamn glamour shot. That's what it looks like. Look at me. Shit.
Hey,
But then answers question: do Bama fans have the best drugs? Is that true or false?
It's just a lot of methamphetamines.
no, look, no, there's people. Look, when y'all were explaining shit, y'all were explaining Kentucky to a fucking kid,
Oh, I live there too.
talking about the
I
meth
lived
and
in
the
Alabama and I
education.
lived in Kentucky. I know
Murray State offered me a full scholarship for theater as a sophomore in high school. They offered me a full scholarship, and I was like, I don't want to go to college in Kentucky. Sorry.
Yeah, it is so
told them-
slow around here, y'all.
I'm not mocking you going to Louisville there, Dave, but I was a smart ass kid. I don't want to go to college in Kentucky. The fucking degree will come out in fucking toilet paper. I want to go there for that shit.
I love Louisville. The way that Kentucky's
Louisville is Cincinnati South, by the way. I don't really think it's part of Kentucky.
the
I
Well,
way
wouldn't
that
even go
the way
there.
that the colleges work in Kentucky is really smart. If you go to a community college first and complete your associates, you can move on to a 4-year degree, and all of your prereqs are done. So all you have to do is, it's a great program. I wish Louisiana had something similar.
There you go. Let's just get your degree out like that. And
The paper towel or toilet paper.
paper towel. I'm picking at you, Dave.
Oh, I don't care. I didn't get my degree.
Louisville, Kentucky, Murray State, they're all good schools. So I'm fucking, how stupid am I though that I fucking I paid
Turn
to go
down
to
the full ride.
Turned down the full ride and paid. I ended up paying, I think, what? I don't remember.
So my stepson, his dad had a full ride offer to go to the Raging Cajuns to pitch.
Oh,
I didn't take that either.
To pitch. He was going to play. I would have taken it. He gets to pitch on a full ride for a D1 baseball program. I'd have taken that in a second. He turned it down and went to the police academy.
what is he thinking?
He was thinking that he hated baseball at that point.
Ah,
Yeah,
gotcha.
I mean, by that point, he had already been playing for what, 14, 15 years. He started at T-ball at 4 years old, played all the way through his senior year in high school. He said
he was done. Chloe's starting to look at colleges, and I told her, I said, you cannot go to school in California and you cannot go to school in New York. Other than that, I don't care where you go, especially if it's a free ride.
Yeah, well, I wish that I had someone that would lean on me a little bit and been like, hey, you could have went to Murray State and gotten fucking
free
Columbia.
education.
Isn't Columbia in New York? I sound like an idiot.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, but I don't want her to go to some yippity ass fucking state and then come back home and think that we ain't got time for that. No. I'd rather her go
to that scholarship money. It's all about that scholarship money. That's how it works. So,
she's gonna have plenty of opportunity.
Yeah.
We'll see how that works out. Who knows?
Yeah, sure. If your
She
kid
wants
got
to
a
be-
full ride to Columbia University in New York, you fucking send them.
Yeah, but I would be so scared to send her to New York by herself, especially Chloe, because like she's not like me. Chloe's not like me. Chloe's calm, like she's like shy. She doesn't like a lot of people.
All right, Michi, I gotta help you with this because I had to learn this the hard way. Cut the fucking cord. Cut it.
No.
It's not gonna fucking be worth a shit in life unless you cut the cord. Cut the cord, Michi. God damn it.
Well, hopefully her hard work, she'll have multiple offers and she won't have to choose to go to New York or California.
Don't let her go to school in Alabama though. That's a shit school. I don't want to send her there.
Actually, what she wants to go to school for, she wants to be an anthropologist. They actually got
Most Alabama students can't spell anthropology, so why would you send her there? She'll be the big fish in the small pond because she'll be the smartest kid there as a fucking freshman. You don't want to do that. That's not going to help her.
No, she's kind of leaning towards going to USF because they've got the number one or top 5.
Yeah, go to USF's fine. Wherever she gets to go is fine. We're just picking. Except for the Alabama thing.
That means I get a free vacation spot in freaking Tampa, and I get to go to Busch Gardens. I'm all down for that.
So you're gonna go and hang out in her dorm room for your vacation? That's what you're gonna do?
No, I'm gonna at some point I'm gonna get rich here in the next 6 years, and I'm gonna have her apartment, and then I'm gonna.
Are you investing in Sheba?
Do what?
She wants to know if you're investing in Sheba.
If you're investing in Sheba, you'll be rich in 3 years.
Well, dang, I might need to do that then.
NYC. Okay.
Yeah, she wants to go to USF, University of South Florida in Tampa. That's
Andre says you can't be an anthropologist in Bama. They would steal the teeth.
Well, since you're on, Michi, why don't you pick games with us?
Okay.
Yeah, can we pick games so I can go to fucking bed, please? Because my country ass is tired.
First game up: Baylor versus Okie State. Okie State minus 6.5.
Give me Baylor.
I'm taking Okie State. I know it's tough to beat the same team twice in a row, but Okie State looked really good in Bedlam. And
I picked my games earlier on my other podcasts. I might have picked Oklahoma State earlier. I'm too fucking tired. I don't fucking remember. But for this show, I'm picking Baylor. That's how it works.
I'm picking Baylor also. I'm going for the upset.
And Georgia versus Bama. Georgia minus 4.5.
Oh, well, definitely Bama.
Georgia. I'm going with Georgia.
We'll see.
I'm hoping. I wish it was like a 4-point line because I would pick a push. That way, I wouldn't have to pick either one of those fucking schools. It's not a line this week, so I will go. I'm going to go with this. You don't win money when you bet against Nick Saban. So I'm going to take Alabama to cover.
All right. This is why I'm ahead of Rob in the standings. Iowa versus Michigan. Michigan is minus 10.5.
I got Michigan.
Iowa
needs some speed, so I'm gonna go with Michigan.
Once Michigan figured out who their running back was, they have looked great.
Yeah, I'm going with Michigan also. Michigan
Utah State versus San Diego State, the Mountain West Championship. San Diego State is minus 4.5.
Wait. Where the hell is Mama Smurf at? She normally would be here talking about why Boise State was supposed to be there. Why is Boise State not in the Mountain West Championship game? What the fuck? This is obviously a misprint. Where are the fucking Smurfs? It has to be a misprint. Oh no, I wrote the fucking form. They're not there. Sorry. I'll take the game is at At San Diego State?
Yes, it is.
Right? Yeah, I'll take San Diego State.
I'm also taking San Diego State.
I'm taking San Diego State also. I have
I don't understand this. It says Utah State plus 4.5, San Diego State minus 4.5, or option 3. What the fuck is option 3?
Don't worry about option 3. Option 3 is Rob's fucking dumb. I'll fix that right now.
Oh, okay. All right. The next game is Houston versus Cincinnati. Cincinnati is minus 10.
I'm going with Houston.
I'm taking.
All right, refresh your page right there, Dave, and it should be gone. So there, try that.
Oh, but if I
option 3 should be gone now. There you go.
All right.
All right. So
Houston versus Cincinnati. Cincinnati's minus 10. Mishi's going with Houston. I'm going with Cincinnati.
I'm going with push.
Push. All right then. Pitt versus Wake Forest. Pitt is minus 3.5. I'm taking Wake Forest.
Yeah,
I like Wake Forest too. I like Wake. I think they're going to run all over them.
The next game is App State versus the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana. App State is minus 3. I am taking App State since Louisiana just lost Billy Napier.
So he's not playing.
He's going to coach that game.
Is he coaching that game?
Yeah, that's what I heard. He's coaching that game.
Oh, I'm taking Raging Cajuns.
Well, if he's coaching that game, then I will take the Raging Cajuns.
I'm going with push because fuck them both.
Last game is Kent State versus Northern Illinois. Kent State is minus 2.
Well, I'm going to go with Kent State because that's Nick Saban's, I think it's an alma or whatever. So I'm going to go with it.
That's a logical thing. I mean, Nick Saban's, he once had his balls at Kansas State. So there you go. All right.
No,
which way are you going there,
Kansas State or
I'm going to go with Kent State as well.
Kent State.
Yeah.
I think I'm leaning towards the push. Push.
You're pushing an awful lot this week.
Fuck them both. No, if I had to pick, I'd probably go with Kent State, but fuck them both. I'll go with the push. Push. I kind of like App State too because Chase Bryce is their quarterback. So, yeah. All right. Well, there you go with that. Mishi, you said you got another job today. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I got a serving job at a corporate restaurant, so I couldn't go straight into bartending. But $200 a week for working 3 days is not working right now because they fucking lied, and I'm still in training period, so I'm only making $12 an hour instead of my manager pay, and I can't live my life like that. So I got a serving job today. And I stood my ground and told them I was only going to work 3 days over there since I can go and make about $500 in 4 days serving. But it's so slow up here. I want to go back to Louisiana.
Louisiana is better.
Wait, didn't the judge say you couldn't come back?
I want to go back so bad. Just because of how much freaking money I made down there. That's my biggest thing about living up here.
Kentucky, you're home. Where are you at in Kentucky? You're in Lexington, right?
No, I'm in Elizabethtown. E-Town. I am like an hour south of Louisville.
Hardin County.
Oh, yeah.
She's in Hardin County?
Hardin County.
Hardin County.
Hardin. Hardin County.
Isn't that like where the big coal mine and all that shit is up there?
I don't think so.
I have no idea. I know how to get to
Elizabethtown and Shepherdsville.
Yeah, and Vine Grove and Fort Knox.
Yeah.
Is it? It's Hardin County.
Yeah, because I was
1792.
My VFW is literally 2 minutes from Fort Knox.
Here we go. There we go. Let's see if I can get my radio voice going at fucking 12 o'clock at night. Hardin County is known for being the birthplace of former U.S. President Abraham Lincoln, though the location is now a part of neighboring LaRue County. Okay.
Yeah, good old Lincoln.
Okay. See, also, like in Hardin County, I thought that was like where they had like the coal mine. Hardin County.
No, but they have a town called Lynchfield, and I think that's where they got the name for the prison in Orange is the New Black.
Wait, what?
Like Orange is the New Black, the prison is called Lynchfield.
I lived in Nelson County, and there was a big quarry in Nelson County. I don't think there was a mine there, though.
Harlan County, that's Harlan County, USA, is an American documentary covering the Brookside Strike, a 1973 effort of 180 coal miners and their wives against Duke Power Company, owned Eastover Coals Company Brookside Mine and Prep Plant in Harlan County, not Hardin, Harlan. So I was confused. Apparently, your county that you're in doesn't have coal, so it really isn't worth a shit. Sorry.
No, it's okay. There's a huge freaking base that's right up the road, but other than that,
yeah, Fort Knox.
What base is there, Dave? Fort
Knox.
Isn't Fort Knox up there?
Yeah.
Yep. I literally work like within 5 minutes of Fort Knox.
Yeah, ECTC is so Elizabethtown has ECTC in Fort Knox.
Yeah, there was actually earlier tonight when I was out here smoking a cigarette because I can't smoke inside. There was like
Why can't you smoke inside? Why can't you smoke inside?
Well, because like it's an apartment and I've never lived in an apartment, and I know like smoke goes all through it, and I don't want other people's houses to smell like smoke.
Oh, so you're just being polite. That's nice.
Yeah, because I'm a nice, polite person. Other than I really think my neighbors smoke meth. Like they've been tweaking like a mofo out here on the porch.
Would not surprise me in old Hardin County.
Look, I was at work and Chris was like, baby, the neighbors are in the woods.
But I'm pretty sure when I lived in Dothan, Alabama, that there was a bunch of meth heads in Dothan.
Yeah, there probably is. It's all over.
We can have story time with Uncle Rob for a minute, and I'll give you my meth story you'll appreciate. So
I got another story after that.
Okay, well, my first unit when I was in the Coast Guard was in Keokuk, Iowa. So I left boot camp, and my senior chief, who was, our boat didn't have any officers on it, and he's like, look, I need you here quickly. Normally they give you, what is it, like 12 days off, something like that, 2 weeks, whatever the fuck it is, right after boot camp. And he called me up and asked me, he's like, hey, could you come now? Because we had 2 guys get hurt. We only have 1 guy that stands watch. We need to get you qualified and all that quickly. And I'm like, yeah, senior, I'll help you out. No big deal. You want to, when you're senior chief, the guy that's, the head of your boat calls and asks you to do something, fucking do it. Right? I mean, you agree with me on that, right, Dave?
Yes.
So I'm an E3 guy, and he's fucking E8. Can you help us? Yeah, all right. So all right, I'll make
E3, you have to say yes.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, no, you can tell me I'm taking my vacation after boot camp, and I would understand. And I'm like, yeah, that's not how that shit works. But so I get there, and I literally fly from New Jersey to Keokuk. Like I graduated at like noon, and I got on a plane and everything, and was in Keokuk at like 9:30 that night. And senior chief talked to me before I left. He goes, we got a duty driver, a guy that'll come and pick you up, and we get back in port tomorrow, but just he's gonna take you to your apartment and all that. So we go to Fort Madison, Iowa, and this is not a joke. I'm in a plane that had like maybe 6 seats in it. Okay. And we're flying around the fucking airport. And I'm like, why are we flying around the airport? And the pilot is like, when you were kids and you sit in the back of the car and you can see over your dad's shoulders? That's how the pilot was up there. I'm like looking over the pilot's shoulder, and I'm like, why the fuck are we flying? And he goes, well, they got to get the goats off the runway. It took them an hour to get the fucking goats off the runway so the plane could land. So we land, and I'm all fucking, I got my bag and everything. You know how you are when you get out of boot camp. I'm still in my dress clothes and got my bag and I'm all jacked up and everything. Walk into the airport, and Petty Officer Ryan McCracken goes, "Are you Sanders?" "Yeah, I'm Sanders." He goes, "Welcome to Iowa, the meth capital of the world. Don't talk to anyone." And I'm like, the fuck? I thought he was just fucking with me. So we get in the car in Fort Madison, and he's telling me the whole way. And he goes, "I'm telling you, any women that you meet here are going to be methed out." He's like, "Watch." So he takes me to this little cafe or whatever because I hadn't eaten anything. We go to this cafe, and sure as shit, everyone there looked like they had just been completely methed out. He whispers to me at the coffee when I got my coffee. He goes, "They see you. They see dental plan. Don't go anywhere with them." So the whole time I'm there, I'm like, fuck me. So it's like I'm living up there, and it's like, I'm a young man. I want to go and get some vagina, but then I'm thinking, man, anything that you fuck here is going to be methed out. You better find somebody that, doesn't live here. That's basically what I ended up doing. But yeah.
That reminds
That's
me of
capital of the world.
That reminds me of my favorite joke about Texas, or one of my favorite jokes about Texas. It's
They ran out of a uterus at their stadium. That's a joke. The Texas football program, that's probably a joke too, right? Fuck them.
So Louisiana is nicknamed the sportsman's paradise for hunting and fishing and all that great stuff. So the story is a Louisiana guy moves to Texas and he gets on a message board and he's like, "Hey, I'm interested in going hogging. What do y'all use for bait for hogging out here?" And somebody responds, "Tricare and BAH." I just thought that was the best thing I'd ever read.
That is absolutely hilarious. So I ended up dating a girl that graduated from Keokuk High and avoided the meth and went to Arkansas for college. And somehow she ended up coming home. I ended up meeting her one weekend at some get together. And her and I dated for a good period of time. So yeah, there's that. So I ended up dating a Keokuk girl who was not a meth head.
You found the one in a million.
The one.
Yeah, we shared my 9/11 story on here, didn't we? Did we share it live, or did I just tell you, Dave?
I think you just told me.
Can I tell them my 9/11? Is my 9/11 story worth telling everybody? Dave?
Yeah. Andre says you got to explain what Tricare is. Tricare is the
medical insurance.
Yeah. Tricare is the military.
Mishi's here, so we actually have a female's perspective on this. So this is a great story.
Your basic allowance for housing, which is non-taxable. It's beautiful.
Dave, should I give them my 9/11 story? It's pretty funny, and don't you think?
No, Andre says he's heard it.
Oh, you've heard that story? Did you hear my 9/11 story, Mishi?
I have not.
Okay, I'll retell you my 9/11 story. So 9/11, I was at a Boys and Girls Club conference because I worked for Boys and Girls Club. I was the state director for sports for Boys and Girls Club in our state. So they sent me to this conference, and 9/11 happens. And everything's going on with 9/11, and this is before that, right? I get down there and I meet this girl, and her and I hit it off, right? We're supposed to be we go to these classes or whatever, but after the classes are over, we're just kind of sitting around, and her and I decide to play boyfriend girlfriend games. We just met, but who cares? So literally, we're doing all kinds of boyfriend girlfriend games, and we wake up the next morning and we turn on. She's like, I turn on the TV and I go to the bathroom, and she's like, "Hey, something happened at the in New York City," and I was like, it's probably.
That's so weird. You just started blinking out. You just totally blurred out.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, so she said 9/11. So anyway, she said that the plane crashed into the World Trade Center, and I was like, whatever. So her and I continued to do boyfriend girlfriend games. I turned the TV off, and then people start beating on our door, and I'm like, I'm trying to nut here. What the fuck?
Why disturbing me?
So here's the best part. They cancel the conference, and everybody's like, all right, well, you can go home, blah, blah, blah. There are no flights. There is
you ain't go nowhere.
Yeah, well, no, you have nothing. So it's like, oh shit. Well, the only way to get home is to drive. So I had a car, and she lived in somewhere in Georgia, right? It was on the way home. All right.
Yeah.
And I am such an asshole that I told her, she's like, hey, can I ride with you to Georgia? And I literally said to her, we don't have that kind of relationship. I literally told a woman during 9/11 who had been choking on my penis for several days, we don't have the kind of relationship where I have to sit with you in a car for fucking 4 hours on the way home. I don't care if our fucking country's under attack. I ain't listening to your mouth. That's basically what I was thinking.
You didn't have to listen to her fucking talking for 4 hours. Your dick was in her mouth, so.
Yeah, well, I can't do that and drive, but yeah, that was probably one of the shittiest things I've done in my life. But yeah.
Fucked up because I was in 7th grade when that happened.
I have not done something similar.
Oh, yeah. I fuck off. I won't out you, but yeah, I felt bad about that.
My cat story.
No, we're not gonna tell them that. That's bad.
It's not a 9/11 story, but like
please tell me you weren't blowing some guy on 9/11 and he's like, fuck off, I'm not taking you back home.
No, I was in 7th grade when 9/11 happened.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, turn around, Misha, to make sure you're not.
Let me make sure you are. So I went to hang out with a dude one weekend, and this motherfucker hung out with me for like 2 hours and then left his house with me in it the rest of the weekend, came back Sunday and sent me on my way because I didn't have a car, and he come and picked me up. Oh yeah, that's kind of almost like that kind of story. Like
I literally looked her in the eye and said, we don't have that kind of relationship. The fuck is wrong with me?
That's fucked up.
That's pretty shitty. I shouldn't have done that. Andre's right. Men do become whores. I went up and down the Mississippi River for 18 months, and I had a girlfriend in just about every port. We'd moor up every night, right? And then you go into town. It's like, fuck. I dial up on the phone. Hey, I'm in town. Okay, I'm coming to get you. Good. Did you make dinner? Good.
I'm coming to eat.
I wasn't a very good person back then. Although that is funny now when I think about it. It's like, idiot.
Damn it, do that. So okay, so y'all know I have middle schoolers, right? And I'm one that I didn't really let them have phones up until about like this year. So they act their age. Well, this new school that they go to, I decided to take Skylar skating one Saturday night because I was bored. And my ass can still skate. So in the time that we were there, I heard so many conversations that middle schoolers should not be having. One particular was, I guess this girl was cheating on this boy. It was a little white boy and a little black boy. And she had all her little friends around her, and he had his friends around him. And the little white boy goes, that's why you were sucking my dick while you were sucking his dick. Whoa! These are middle schoolers. What is anybody?
How did it happen? How did it happen? Fuck out of here.
Like, I was.
Yo,
I wanted to
hey,
go comfort the little girl.
Do you guys want to hear the cold thing I did for Thanksgiving? This is cold that I did just for Thanksgiving, right? We have this tradition in our family where the kids get out in the leaves. We rake all the leaves up because we bought the house right next door to my mother-in-law. And my kids have 2 yards to play in. Well, my niece and nephew stay at my mother-in-law's house. Well, my niece is in college now and she's got a boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. He comes home for Thanksgiving. And this motherfucker thinks he's going to get into leaves with my kids and everything else. Well, I don't really like it, but the wife cuts eyes at me and says, "You need to shut up." And I'm like, okay. So as soon as they take all the pictures, they send them to me, and I literally look at him and I'm like, "Hey, dude, guess what? I can Photoshop you right the fuck out of them because you may not be here next year."
You are not a permanent situation.
Yeah, I said that at Thanksgiving. I am a horrible human being. I said that fucking 6 days ago. I am not a good person. Told the guy, fuck off. I'll Photoshop you out of the pictures. What a horrible person I am. Anyway,
My oldest
Dave is
daughter
not a
was
horrible person. He's never done anything horrible. He just
no, I have done horrible things, just not to girls.
oh, to guys. You've had some issues with guys then, huh? Okay.
Yeah, for sure. That's
I
totally.
didn't take y'all to the bathroom with me this time.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, but yeah, there's that. Well, so
Not lies, Andre. I am 43 years old and I've never had a one night stand.
get the fuck out of here.
No woman has ever slept with me and thought after the first time, that's enough of that.
Or maybe your ass just falls in love too much.
I've gone from monogamous. The true story. I've gone from monogamous relationship to monogamous relationship. I've never played the field.
Hold on. Everybody's had to have a moment in their lives when they were whores. You didn't have a whore moment in your life?
I've never had a
God,
whore
you've
moment.
never lived.
Well, it's time to start now.
No, I have a girlfriend.
Just go find another one. You need to tell her you're sowing your wild oats.
I got a
Now let me state the dude that left me in his house for the whole weekend. We did not do anything. We literally hung out for 2 hours before he disappeared.
So Jesus, you didn't even get. Oh damn! I don't want to go into all that.
Nope, didn't get the D.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
you just sat in his house fucking for 2 days and fucking
sat there playing his PlayStation.
Did you play PlayStation? Did you watch TV, or did you make yourself some food? What happened there?
I ate his food. I drank his liquor. Like hung out with all his roommates because he had like 4 roommates. And like,
oh, she got the D from the roommates.
No, didn't. Like,
Finger
there was 3 girls and a guy. Yeah. And so like we had like bonfires and we all like we drunk and they're like, I don't know where he is. He just disappeared. He does this all the time. I'm like,
that motherfucker had a wife or some shit somewhere, probably.
That's what I would think. Which I mean, if I really wanted any deed, I could have just went up the mountain where my side piece was. So because that's when I was single and
you got a side piece, Michi? Really?
I did. That was back in the day. That's like 6 years ago. It's like the dude you
back in the day was 6 years ago.
Yeah, it's like the dude that you fuck. Like when you just want some D and you don't want a relationship and you just got your little side piece that you go and wham bam. And it just so happened to be somebody I grew up with down in Florida that moved to Alabama at about the same time I did. So I knew them from Florida.
Edward's a contributor to the program, and he says, trust me, he wouldn't have disappeared if there had been some sex in the first 30 minutes. Your response, ma'am.
Well, I wasn't planning on giving him no pussy till the third day anyway. So
He
You
came
ever
back
give-
on the third day.
You ever-
nope, I just went home. I was gonna give it to him right before I left. This is why internet dating doesn't work.
This is
Yeah,
this
no
is why
shit.
men don't respect women.
You're
No.
right. You're right.
I can't say anything. I told someone in the middle of a national crisis, I will not drop you off on the way home. What the fuck? I can't believe it.
The next internet relationship I have, I've been with them for 6 years.
So my wife wanted me to go to some baseball game with her, right? And I kept telling, this is like when we were dating, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna show up. So she goes to this baseball game, and like her and her brother and her dad and all that are there. I just fucking ghosted her because I just decided, fuck it, I don't want to go. And she's like,
Oh, I
"We're
don't
not-"
blame you on that one.
Oh yeah. And she's like telling her brother, yeah, I don't want to do anything else with him, which is kind of funny. It's amazing we've been married as long as we have. The Thanksgiving thing that I did to her was terrible too. We used to have, like, with my mom and all that, we'd have like a it was like a scavenger hunt, which sounds fun. You know, you have your scavenger hunt and you go out and have a list of things, like go and get a picture of a Christmas tree and go to Walmart and take a picture of, I don't know, the Walmart. I mean, just a list of shit, right? So we're at the house, and generally the girls will go and do their thing, and the guys will go and they're a team, right? So I'm sitting here and the football game's on, and I'm like, yeah, let's.
Oh, Rob's internet said, "Fuck you."
It's like, when he was telling,
Yeah.
was
End of
telling,
story.
Is that better? Okay. So anyway, we're doing the scavenger hunt, and I see the football game is on, and we're all like, okay. So we all go outside. They get in their car, and my mom, my sisters, all the fucking women of the family. So they're going off, and Karen too, and they go on this scavenger hunt, right? I tell the guys, let's go watch the game. So they come back, and Karen opens the door. How many did you get? And I was like, well, you win. This is after they've gone out and hunted for shit for like an hour and a half. I just sat back and got drunk and watched football. Karen was mad at me for years. God, I mentioned that around her now, and she still gets pissed off. Oh, can't believe we're married. Holy shit. I would have taken her home through Georgia, though. Other girl, not so much. Edwin says sex is much more conducive to having guys hang around. Good point, Edwin. As Mishi drops off. All right, well, I think that's a good way to end the show. Talking about how shitty of a person Rob was. Or, I mean, 6 days ago, I told a guy I Photoshop him out of our fucking family pictures. Not a good person. Not a good person at all. All right, Mishi, hold on. Mishi, say goodbye.
No, I lost you all there for. I was looking at the comments and I hit the wrong button.
Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna end the program because it's late.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. Like, in Louisiana, it's only 11:30, so like I keep forgetting. 11 o'clock here is 10 o'clock there. I hate Kentucky.
Aren't you in Eastern time?
I am. That's why
Yeah.
I'm used. Like, it's only 11:30 in Louisiana. It's 12:30 here.
Yeah. Hey, so wait a minute, Dave, aren't you? What are you doing tomorrow, Dave? Are you just running around getting more people vaccinated? Is that what you're still doing?
I am off tomorrow.
Oh well, fuck. We can go to 3 a.m. then. Who gives a shit? Nah, I ain't doing that.
I ain't gotta be to work till 3:45.
Rob's internet said "fuck you" again.
I'm telling you, since he said anything about 9/11, it's been glitching out. As soon as he started talking about 9/11, the government is watching us now.
With Rob frozen, this has been CSF Late Nights, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Have a great night.
Have an amazing evening, or whatever it is for you.
Night, evening, morning.
Good night, college sports fanatic. We can't log off because of Rob's computer froze.
Oh, we done lobster off all the way. Hey,
Usually there's a menu bar where you can mute your mic, but because his computer froze, it's gone. You just have to close the browser.
as soon as he said 9/11, that shit was done. Government.
Sounds like a conspiracy theory to me. Good night, Mishi. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Y'all have a great night.